This past weekend, my wife and I took our little one to a birthday party of our friend's 2-year-old daughter. Now, being the only real estate agent there, I get asked with the same question I get asked all the time. And to be honest, I kind of love answering. How is the market? Now, if you're watching this, it's fair to assume that you're at least a little bit curious about this same thing. So I'm going to answer that for you today. Hello everyone, my name is Joey Amarat. I'm a real estate broker here in the Greater Toronto area. All I ask from you, if you're watching this, is to like and subscribe to this channel. And I promise you, I will deliver you the most insightful real estate content. Let's get started. And I want to start off by stating the obvious. Toronto real estate is huge. It is the biggest market in Canada and one of the biggest markets in North America. So simply showing you a chart doesn't really do justice for the whole market. And because our market is so big, anyone can cherry pick data and come up with a narrative of their own to run with. For example, somebody who's looking to buy a semi-detached home in Oshawa is going to have a very different experience than someone who just bought a pre-construction condo downtown Toronto 3 years ago and looking to close right now, because those are two very different markets. You can even cherry pick recent solds in specific neighborhoods with, let's say, higher price points and say the market is not moving, the market is dead. Or you can look at some starter homes in different neighborhoods and say the market is absolutely on fire and everything is getting multiple offers. Now, neither of them are wrong technically, but you must know which market you're in. I'm going to have your attention over to this data. If you look at the stats for the month of March, number of sales are down 4.5% from a year ago, while the new listings and active listings are up 15% and 23% respectively. This simply means buyers today have more homes to choose from than a year ago. But there are also a lot less buyers now than a year ago. But the funny thing is that still didn't impact the average prices. Average price of a home in March was $1,121,615, which is up on a month-over-month basis and also on a year-over-year basis. I mean, the increase is only 1.3%, but it's still moving up. But what's interesting to me is the number of sales. So I want to bring attention to the number of sales, which is 6,560, which is actually quite low for March. However, if you look at the home sales for March in the last 15 years, this would be one of the slowest March in the last 15 years. But why such few home sales? That's the question. Well, you see, the Easter weekend typically falls in April, but this time Easter was at the end of March. Now, the market is usually slow during spring break, right? Because kids are off school and families want to do activities together, but that happens in March anyways. But when you combine that with another long weekend, which was Easter weekend, I think that's probably one of the main reasons why sales are a little bit slow. But as of me making this video, we're halfway past April. And if I'm being honest with you, the home sales are looking meh. So I ran the numbers this morning, and so far, this month to date for April, we've seen roughly 3,500 homes sold in the entire GTA. Now, this number is below average for April, because if you compare this number to last year's, around this time we've had over 4,000 sales, and right now we're sitting at 3,500. So we're definitely having a slower than usual spring market. And if you know me, you know I love my numbers and I love sharing them. So I personally wanted to know how much the market has gone up since December. I pulled the stats specifically here for the Durham region and the freehold segment. So when I say freehold, I mean everything from detached homes, semi-detached, freehold townhomes, so basically anything other than condos and condo towns. And here's what I found. So take a look at this. If you look at the December prices, Pickering was sitting around $1,080,000. As of March, it's sitting at 1.145. That represents a 6.1% increase. Ajax was $910,000. As of March, $976,000. Whitby was selling around $920,000 in December. Right now it's selling at $1 million, representing an 8.7% increase. Oshawa was selling around $740,000. As of March 2024, that number is $810,000, representing a 9.5% increase in prices. Clarington was selling at $770,000 in December. right now selling an average of 853,000. Again, 10.8% increase. So freehold home prices have gone up across all the cities in Durham in the last 4 months. And it's interesting enough that higher price markets like Pickering and Ajax saw a slower growth than a lower priced markets like Oshawa or Clarington. Clarington saw close to 11% gain since December. That's pretty crazy. And the months of inventory for freehold properties in Durham are sitting well below 2 months, indicating a very strong seller's market, and that's why you see the price growth that you see just now. And by months of inventory, I mean if we get no new listings, if we just pretend hypothetically there was just no new listings coming to the market, it would take less than 2 months to sell off every single property on MLS in Durham. That's pretty crazy. So if you're looking for a property in Durham region right now in that $700,000 to $800,000 price points, brace yourselves because chances are you will be competing with multiple offers. That's a very active price points for first-time buyers, for downsizers, also investors, because funny enough, you can find 2-unit properties around that $800,000 mark in Durham, which doesn't exist in any other place in the GTA. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you found that helpful. And if you did, please share this with your friends and family. I would really appreciate that. Until next time.